Now that X-Men 97's out, I decided to watch the original animated series from the 90s. In this video, I'm going to talk about the first season of X-Men the animated series. I'll post videos about the other seasons later on. If you haven't already, please remember to like the video and subscribe. Now when it comes to this series, there's two main things to really talk about: the characters and the episodes. Let's start with the characters, as I have quite a bit to say about them. First up, the X-Men. They're awesome in this series. Well, most of them. Jubilee. A lot of them, like Wolverine, Storm, Rogue, and Cyclops, are very interesting characters in their own way and have some pretty badass action scenes. However, I feel like Jean Grey and Beast specifically weren't used to their full potential in this particular season. For the former, it's because she's not as interesting as the others and kind of relies on Cyclops a lot of the time. She also faints and moans a lot, so there's that. Interpret that as you will. Beast also was very underdeveloped compared to his fellow mutants, but that's only because he spent the entire season trapped in prison. He chooses to stay there, which feels in character for him, but that just means that he's sidelined 75% of the time. He appears in like 6 episodes, I think. That's it. I think it is also important to point out that other cool characters like Colossus and Cable appear in an episode or two, which was nice. As for the villains, they're pretty good as well. Some of the standout ones include Apocalypse, Mystique, Juggernaut, and of course, Magneto. Speaking of which, I'm actually shocked he only appears in 3 out of the 13 episodes in this season, while the Sentinels appear in almost every single one. So yeah, most of the characters were fantastic in this season, and that's part of what makes this first season so good. Now let's move into the second part of this video, the episodes. I honestly think that the episodes get better and more entertaining as the series progresses. One of the episodes I liked in particular was when Wolverine goes back to Canada and has to protect some villagers from his arch nemesis, Sabretooth. This episode gives Wolverine a nice little arc about caring for others, and it was sweet to watch, especially since he's my favorite X-Men. I can pretty much say the same thing about the episode where Rogue goes to Muir Island to cure herself from her mutant abilities. It was fascinating to see her backstory, and you can really sympathize with her. I think her backstory is better done here than in the first X-Men movie. I think my least favorite episode in this season was episode 2, aka like the second part of like the first episode. It was a little confusing as certain events were out of order and it wasn't as interesting as the other episodes in my opinion. The other episodes I haven't mentioned yet are pretty good and are entertaining to watch though. Overall, the episodes in this season are fantastic and I would say still hold up to this day. Season 1 of X-Men was a fun watch. I enjoyed a lot of the characters and the episodes that they were in. Hopefully, the other seasons are just as good, if not better than this one. But I can gladly say that Season 1 of X-Men the Animated Series is a 9 out of 10. What do you guys think of the first season of X-Men the Animated Series? Please let me know in the comments down below. Peace!